Ben Franklin once said, "An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure." Prove It by Tesoro is the ounce of prevention. Our mission is simple: to help homeowners get a fair settlement from their insurance provider in the event of a disaster. Prove It is for people who own personal property. Who do you know who has had a significant loss at their home? The FBI estimates that over 1 million homes are burglarized every year. Over 372,000 household fires happen every year at an astonishing estimated $8.6 billion of lost value. Then there are hurricanes and their more common cousins, floods. Flooding causes over $10 billion in lost value each year. Then we have tornadoes and earthquakes. We all know we are overdue for the next big one, and Tornado Alley seems to be widening every year. And anyone who can say California has nightmares about wildfires. The point is that most, if not all of us, know someone who has had a major loss. Yet we don't think it will ever happen to us. Anyone who has had a major loss will tell you that it may have been one of the most difficult experiences of their lives. Then ask them what part was more difficult, the disaster itself or recovering from it. After the heartache of enduring a major loss comes the headache of preparing a proof of loss for your insurance claim. If that were to happen to you, how easily could you prove the value of your home and personal property after the disaster? Could you remember everything you owned while dealing with so many other difficult and often emotional challenges? Yet for your insurance provider to justify compensating you to replace what was lost, they will need evidence, and you will need to provide it. Let's think about it for a minute. Your house is reasonably easy to prove. It was there and now it isn't. Your personal property, on the other hand, is not so easy. Think about your home and your lifestyle as they are right now. If your home had a disaster, how quickly could you resume this lifestyle? 6 months? A year? Probably longer, right? Did you know that as soon as you file your claim, you have about 60 days to submit your proof of loss to your insurance provider? Could you produce any evidence of what was lost? Sure, some things will be easy to remember, like a piano, a cool couch, or maybe some expensive jewelry. But most of what you have in your house will not be so easy to remember. Think about all that stuff in your kitchen cabinets. How many sets of towels are in the linen closet? Or what's in your kids' bedrooms? The real question is, how in control will you feel about your ability to recover? That is where Prove It comes in. With Prove It, our inspectors document all your stuff to create a cloud-based itemized report for you to use if you need it. Let me show you how to prove it. First, you schedule a time for the inventory inspection. We can do a remote inspection with one of our inspectors in Lehi, Utah, Salt Lake City, Reno, Nevada, or Los Angeles. Or we can send one of our bonded and background checked professional inspectors to do the inspection for you. But for now, let's focus on the remote inspection. At the time of the remote inspection, we send you a text with a link. When you click the link, you open a secure video chat with our remote inspector. The remote inspector will walk you through the inventory process. The remote inspector uses our secure software to write details about your stuff and takes photos using your phone. All you do is point your phone and talk. Once the inventory process is complete, our secure software organizes the evidence into an asset database and produces an itemized proof of ownership report. Verification is critical for the Prove It proof of ownership report. The report is geolocated and time and date stamped. Additionally, the report is signed by our remote inspector and by you, the homeowner. These steps give you the best opportunity to recover what you deserve after a disaster. Once those steps are completed, we send you a PDF version of your report by email. Plus, you will have access to your report on our secure cloud servers whenever needed. You can update your report whenever you want. How long does it take to do all this? Most Prove It services can be completed within about 2 hours, but you don't need to do it all at once. We recommend splitting up the service into at least 2 one-hour sessions. No matter how long it takes, Prove It will be there with you until it is done. Now that you know the process to Prove It, let's ponder the disaster recovery process with Prove It. Check this out. If my home were destroyed today, I could download my Prove It personal property inventory report in minutes. I could file it with my proof of loss documentation with the insurance company that same day. The evidence documented on my Prove It report would then save the insurance adjusters and claims agents days, if not weeks of work, which means I could probably get a check for the actual cash value in weeks or a few months at the most. And I could get replacement cost checks even after I start replacing the lost items. Just to give you a comparison, I have some friends in southern New Jersey who lived through Hurricane Sandy in 2012, and most of them have yet to recover from that disaster 11 years later. No one can prevent the heartache of a disaster that destroys your home and your possessions. However, after the disaster, Prove It can reduce the headache that follows when filing a claim with your insurance company. Prove It is the ounce of prevention to cure you and help make you whole again. I've just shared with you a tool that could be your best friend someday if necessary. Make the decision to schedule a Prove It inspection today. If you need to Prove It will be at your side. So what? Why would Prove It be a valuable tool for Patterson Homes? As you know, selling homes is becoming more and more difficult. Prove It can help sell your homes and provide great customer service in the long run. Prove It can be a differentiator. When people are choosing between home builders, you can use Prove It to merchandise yourselves and nudge those home buyers your way. Prove It proves that Patterson Homes has uncommon customer service. You can show that you care about the long-term well-being of your customers. And the Prove It inventory process workflow requires personal attention and dedication to the homeowner. Using Prove It will improve loyalty to the Patterson Home brand. By providing a significant and tangible value add, your customers will stay customers. You will retain them as customers when they're ready to move next time. You will also convert customers and former home buyers into advocates. Using Prove It wisely will earn you referral business. We actually already have an agreement with the Oregon Realtors Association and then other subsidiaries of the National Association of Realtors, where they use Prove It as a marketing opportunity after a home is sold or during the home buying process. I would love to show you the methods that I teach these realtors of how to use Prove It to earn them actionable, real referrals. So my proposal is actually pretty simple. I would like to provide Prove It inspections for Patterson Homes for free as a way to support Patterson Homes, and then also as a way to reimburse James for the investment that he made to my family in 2009 when we bought the home from Patterson Homes in Saratoga Springs, and then also in 2014 when he helped us finish our basement so we could, stay there. I owe James quite a lot, both literally and figuratively. I'm just super grateful for him, and I just wanted to do something that basically started paying back that investment, mainly because I just don't see it possible in the next year, I mean, definitely year, if not longer, where we can actually fulfill the agreement that we had with him. And the agreement was that when we sold the home, that he would be reimbursed his investment, and then he would get 29 or 30% of which was his investment portion in our house of the profit. And so, as you guys very well know, market with the interest rates as they are right now, the market isn't super, and the price of houses are stable, but they're still pretty high. And we want to make sure that James isn't kept hanging any longer as much as possible. I foresee us potentially moving in the next 5 years, so that we could actually fulfill that obligation to James. But I don't think that it's fair to let him wait that much longer. He's already waited long enough. I just wanted to start getting him paid down. And I feel like this is a way I can do it. I feel like Prove It is a tremendous value to any home buyer or homeowner that you may have sold to, that you would like to have buy another home from you in the future when interest rates calm down a little bit. I know I would be a buyer for sure, to be honest. And you look at different home buyers that you sold to in the past, and you say, hey, we have this opportunity. We'd like to share this service with you at our cost. Totally take credit for it, but it would be obviously free. That would be our agreement until that that obligation has been fulfilled. And and then after that, I would just as a show of absolute gratitude, I would put a perpetual discount of 50% on any Prove It inspection going forward, basically as a way to say thank you to your family from the bunkers. And then one thing I would say is, before you make any decision, I think it would be wise for you guys to experience one of these for yourselves. And so, like I said in the earlier slides of this presentation, we could do either a remote visit or I could come and do an in-person inspection of your homes and get you this report that you could then have forever. And, it would be something that you could use. Hopefully you don't ever have to use it for insurance claims, but you could. It's just so you know, a couple other really, really strong business use cases for a Prove It inspection report would be for estate planning, where you could identify items in your home that would go to different children. You could also use it for financial planning. And let's say you collect watches, like really, really high-end watches, or knives or guns or something. You could use that evidence of ownership as collateral on loans. And it's a really solid way to leverage hard assets on loans. So yeah, at any rate, it's going to be a valuable tool regardless of how it's used. And just so you know, I'd love to share more with you about what we have in the works for the future of the Prove It inspection. And let me tell you, it's pretty exciting. If this is something that you would like to explore, please call me. you can email me, you can text me, you can call me, but I would just love to have the opportunity to repay James in a significant way that will hopefully bring real actionable referrals into Patterson Homes that will add to your portfolio of services, and basically prove to home buyers that their experience will be similar to the experience I had when working with James. Just one of just great service, great friendship, really, and I just hope that we are able to work together, and that we can have a discussion. Thanks very much, and I hope to hear from you soon.